Okay, so number three, we're going to talk about WB, Warner Brothers, and Legendary Pictures coming close to a deal that will allow Godzilla vs. Kong to be seen and released simultaneously on both HBO Max and in theaters. Now, just a bit of recap as to what's going on and as to why a deal has to be reached between the two companies, if you will. WB, in my personal opinion, their CEO, Anne Marie, that's her name, along with some other parties, but mostly Anne Marie, decided out of the blue last month to blindside a lot of people, including Legendary Pictures, with the announcement that they were going to simultaneously release most of the 2021 movie slate in both theaters and on HBO Max. And to say the backlash that Warner Brothers got because of this would be an understatement, because everybody from the directors involved with some of these movies, directors that have been associated with the WB, actors, screenwriters, you name it, and even movie studios that go to WB for distribution. Again, to say they were unhappy would be an understatement, because they were livid. They were very livid. Even Christopher Nolan threw WB under the bus for what they did. And now WB has to backtrack on some of the decision making when it comes to the 2021 releases. As a matter of fact, it seems that WB, when it comes to one of the other Legendary Picture releases to happen later this year, Dune, it looks like the WB might be backtracking on that and allowing that to be a theatrical release only. However, there are reports, I should say, going around that they are trying to work something out to make sure the simultaneous release of that movie happens as well. But speaking of Godzilla vs. Kong, this movie is meant for release, still meant for release, I should say, of May 21st of this year. Now, right now, plans are for a simultaneous release, but if a deal isn't reached, if a settlement or deal between the two parties is not reached, then Warner Brothers is going to have no choice but to probably give Legendary what they want, and and basically allow both Godzilla vs. Kong and then later down the line Dune to be theatrical releases only. So right now, a deal looks like it's nearing. But right now, according to a lot of reports, what I'm trying to say, a deal is near completion, or is near to being made between both sides to allow simultaneous release of this movie in both theaters and HBO Max. But the question is, what is the deal? What is the settlement deal to allow this to happen? And my only projection, I should say, is the fact that the WB is probably going to have to go the same route they did with Wonder Woman 84, and that's basically strike the same deal with Legendary Pictures that they did with Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, when it came to Wonder Woman 84. They're going to have to make a similar deal, and I think that's what's going on. I think that's what's part of the settlement, between both sides, to where, Legendary Pictures will get the same deal for both Godzilla vs. Kong and possibly Dune that Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot got for Wonder Woman 84. So I think that's what's going on. However, reports are not indicating that's, the deal being made, but I think one could assume, if not pretty much predict, that that's probably the direction they're going to go with to try to make this simultaneous release of Godzilla vs. Kong and possibly Dune become a reality for both theaters and HBO Max. But yeah, it looks like a deal is close to being made. They may have to make the same kind of deal with Lana Wachowski, who is behind The Matrix 4. So they may have to make the same kind of deal with her. But if that happens, no doubt, sites and, tabloids like Deadline and Hollywood Reporter and Variety will be on, and Entertainment Tonight and all that will be on top of it to let us know whether or not Lana Wachowski will get a similar deal, as to the kind of deal they're trying to work out with for, Godzilla vs. Kong and Dune with Legendary Pictures. And again, like I said, I believe it's going to be a deal similar, if not identical, to what they did with Patty and Gal Gadot, when it comes to Wonder Woman 84. Now, could I be wrong about that? Absolutely, I could be wrong about that, but I don't think I will be. And I think we will be getting honestly, I think we will be getting what I'm trying to say, because I was just checking something. I was just thinking for a second there. Sorry if I blanked out. I do apologize. I don't think I did, though. But anyway, I think obviously we're going to get that kind of a deal. We're going to get a similar deal between both sides. And I do think, what I was trying to say, I do think we're going to get basically the movies released simultaneously in both theaters and HBOMAX. And again, like I said, I think we're going to get a deal that's similar. They're going to get a deal reached that's similar to what they did for Wonder Woman 84. I think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, it seems that WB and Legendary Pictures are close to making a deal, at least to try to get Godzilla vs. Kong released simultaneously in both theaters and HBO Max. Dune right now is up in the air, and other projects, Warner Brothers is going to distribute are also kind of up in the air. But right now, it looks like Warner Brothers is going to try to make up for what they did, and basically probably offer the same kind of deal they did to Patty and Gal for Wonder Woman 84 to Legendary Pictures and possibly Lana Wachowski and other parties involved to make this simultaneous release in theaters and HBO Max a reality. So that's all I'm going to say for this topic here. I do apologize if it looked like I blanked out for a second. I was actually looking outside my window to check something. And I was also trying to think at the same time what I was going to say next. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the live chat. And I'll be back after a little break with our fourth topic here on Topics on My Mind.